you were part of like the world record longest sniper shot.
Yeah.
What year was that?
That was 2017.
2017. Okay. And what, yeah. So what happened with that? I mean, I saw the video that was released. It was released recently, right?
Yes. I actually released the video of the shot on my newest music video.
Oh, nice.
Adios Amigo, which is what I wrote that song about. So it's on there, and YouTube has not taken it down yet somehow.
Nice.
It's not censored. It is the video of the longest shot. But yeah, so we were there in this position, and we were just there to support the Iraqis that were pushing kind of north to south, and we were perpendicular to that fight. A lot of it, like we were talking about before with sniping, it was just us doing surveillance, learning the ground, learning the city. If we could target someone with an airstrike or sniper fire, we would. But when the fight really pushed off is when the Iraqis were starting to compress and push them out of like the old city, like the downtown of Mosul.
Mhm.
And I remember we were watching, so we could see the Iraqis pushing, and we see ISIS fighting. So we're watching this fight in the streets. And we started sending sniper rounds to like ISIS fighters that were firing at the Iraqis that were pushing. We'd send rounds, and they didn't know where it was coming from, so they'd take cover, and then we'd call an airstrike and blow them up. But one of the rounds, actually before that long shot, my buddy sent a round, and it ricocheted on the ground and hit a guy in the leg. And this was probably like 3,700 meters, so whatever, 2.3 or 4 miles.
Damn.
And we're like, holy shit, like that's a long hit. You hit the guy, he dropped, and one of their little medic motorbikes picked him up and took him off to wherever. And the fight just kind of got a little bit closer and closer. It was perpendicular, but was getting a little closer to us. And that's where we made the shot was at 3,540 meters, so 2.2 miles. And we're already shooting, so it was dialed in. And I was telling you this before, but it ended up being a simultaneous sniper shot. So I saw this guy was a spotter on the gun over here. My buddy Scott was shooting, and then just over to our right, 6 or 8 feet, was Josh was on a gun and Ben was spotting. So it was a 4-man sniper team. And I saw this guy. We tried actually to call an airstrike on this building, and it was like a dud. Like it didn't blow up. And it was the only one of the tour that I'd seen that did that. But so they were like squirting out of the building. So from a 2nd-story window, this guy was lowering his like chest rig. You could see him lowering his AK, and he was going to drop down from the window onto this ledge. And so I got Scott on that. I gave him a wind call in his elevation, told me when he was on, and sniper stock, but he's like, stand by. And I say, send it. And he sends the round. And they were doing it, our buddies beside us, simultaneously. So we didn't know, but it was like, and these 2 rounds get sent, and one of them hit. And so I call hit because I'm spotting. I'm like, hit. He's like, holy shit. And then they call hit. And I'm like, that was us. And they're like, that was us. It was a team effort, but
Absolutely.
I'm like, okay, but on to the next target, because there were still guys, and we just kept, it was like, I think it ended up being about 5 or 6 days. It was like early in the morning, 4 or 5 a.m., like the first call to prayer kind of thing. Then they would start fighting. It would end at like noon or 1, and then it would just be chill all evening. The next day, so for like a week, we just had all these sniper engagements supporting the Iraqis push ISIS, and it got a little bit closer and a little bit closer. So the long shot that like broke the record was 2.2 miles, 3,540 meters, and then it just got a little closer and closer. So saying this before, we didn't really keep track after that, but I bet you we broke the previous record like 4 or 5 times.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Because it was 3K and then 2,800 meters, and I'm speaking in kilometers, but it just slightly got closer, and these engagements kept happening for, a week or so.
Wow. How long? I mean, if you shoot something that's over 2 miles away, how fast is the bullet traveling? How long does
the
it
time
take
of
to get
flight
there?
was just about 10 seconds. It's
Okay.
like 9.9 seconds to get to the target. Yeah.
So he could have moved out of the way.
Oh, yeah. But you wouldn't even hear it
I
from
know.
so far away. But it really was like he actually leaned over to pick up his gun, and the round went through him, and it was a 50 cal round, but like almost where you'd try and shoot a deer, and he just buckled and fell down this little hill. But